This program is brought to you by the following sponsors.
We live in a world where one of the hottest fighting games of this generation was one of the hottest RPGs of the last generation. Persona 4 Arena managed to turn the hardcore dungeon crawling and girlfriend wooing PS2 hit into a fast-paced Guilty Gear-esque beatdown that not only turned heads but made Ehrgeiz, the last game to try to slam RPG characters into a fighter, go cry in a corner. Not only did it do a remarkable job of incorporating as many elements as possible from the original material, but it also put forth a storyline that bridged the gap between Persona 3 and Persona 4. Two games with many stylistic similarities but very different casts and motivations. And now they're going back to the well with Persona 4 Arena Ultimax, which itself bridges the gap between the Japanese version, which called the previous game P4U, aka Persona 4 The Ultimate in Mayanaka Arena, and the Western interpretation which went with P4A. Granted, the Japanese call this game, deep breath, Persona 4 The Ultimax Ultra Suplex Hold. You win again, Japan.
Come on!
So, when we last left our ragtag bunch of kids, they had just escaped their respective televisions, wherein they were forced to beat the crap out of each other by a guy who looked like Teddy but was in fact... Well, there's so much plot there that I don't want to spoil it. Point is, everything's fine now. Except now the evil inside the TVs is spread outside the TVs, there's a rash of disappearances, and the personas that used to be limited to that realm can now be summoned anywhere on the street. So the entire cast gets back together again in various configurations as per the new storyline, to do what they do best. Get confused and beat the crap out of each other before feeling bad about it and making up. Isn't that sweet? But the story mode is there for you to sit back and relax and watch, more of a visual novel with occasional fights than the interstitial bits of plot that you'd find in a Guilty Gear or a BlazBlue. So let's get back to the fighting. The entire cast of the previous game returns with several new additions. A mysterious kid named Sho, another mysterious kid named Sho, Rise, Yukari, Junpei, the double team of Ken and KOROMARU, and some DLC characters because they're rather obligatory, including Persona 4 Golden's Marie and foul-tempered police Dick Adachi. What's more, they've all got something to hide. Well, we all do, really. You've got a choice at the character select screen between using the standard version of the character or the more advanced Shadow version, which decreases pure damage output in favor of a bit more technical ability and greater health, as well as unlimited SP in place of a burst. Combine these with the Arc System Works' trademark huge selection of colors, and a rather fetish-tastic addition of glasses to every character as well, and you're guaranteed to find just the right look for you. Even if that look happens to be the Joker. Want to see a magic trick? As can be expected from the firm who gave us some of the best 2D fighters of the last couple generations, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax is a white-knuckle, fast-paced melee through twisted realms, where your only assistance is the persona in your own head, or lots of them in the case of Elizabeth and Margaret. Like the last game, these personas can become unusable if they get struck too many times, though there's been some rebalancing of just how many times that is. More physical fighters like Ken and Koro or Akihiko, who use their personas much less than others, only get 2 hits before a persona break, while Margaret sets the upper bound with a ridiculous 8. That's why she costs $5. I was unfortunate enough to encounter her in the online mode, where the Japanese players had access to her long before the Western PSN caught up, and it was laughable, and not just because of the lag. Fortunately, you can see at a glance your relative connection strength with each opponent, and can choose your fights accordingly in the big plush lobby that serves as a matchmaking room.
Huh? It's over already.
Adachi.
There's also the return of your old friend the Score Attack mode, where you play against super high-level computer opponents, and the new Golden Arena mode, similar to Abyss mode in BlazBlue, where you can develop social links with your announcer, yes, really, and level up a character through repeated combats. So it's a fighting game based on an RPG that's already part visual novel, looping all the way back around and becoming an RPG again, complete with stat allocation and sneak attacks and debuffs and crap. Pretty impressive, and certainly a nice way to blend the old and the new. As is standard for the series, you're going to be looking at big flashy attacks put in front of well-drawn character sprites, themselves based on Shigenoi Sojima's iconic character art. The soundtrack blends up the same kind of weird, half-intelligible English lyrics with energetic hip-hop, again with your choice of announcer voices in English or Japanese. It's an improvement in pretty much every regard over what was already an awesome game, and leaves me awaiting both the upcoming Persona 5 and the upcoming Guilty Gear Xrd in equal measure. knew when this round arc system works. And Atlus, thanks for bringing me this game.
Nice move. Against this. KOROMARU. Let's settle this. Charge. Persona.
Be ready for it. Persona, I'll get there.
Here it comes. I'm not playing around here.
Good job, KOROMARU. I'll get them. Here it comes.